Hey guys, what's up? I'm sorry about the low quality, but uh, just been really busy day, and I just kind of really wanted to tell you guys about this deck that I made for Frontier. So it's to basically kill everything until you can get to your big high-end drops, or even turn 4 Kalitas. So what the deck's really about is playing things like Yahenni's Expertise and Fatal Push, and a bunch of other kill spells. And with Kalitas also, with the Yahenni's Expertise, that can be amazing. Because if they have a full board, you can just, board wipe their whole entire board, and then make a bunch of other zombies, tick him up, make him huge, gain a bunch of life. But what the real winner is Emrakul. Most of us probably know Emrakul. Got banned. But so what the plan is use a bunch of things like Yahenni's Expertise, Grasp of Darkness, Fatal Push, Languish, and Crux of Fate, and also Fumigate to keep their board slow, keep nothing on it, and then get to our end prices. Sorin, Emrakul, Ugin, Torrential Gearhulk even is a big finisher, because with Torrential Gearhulk I can flash back Dig Through Time, which is amazing because you can cast Dig Through Time. So say I cast it for its 2 mana, or like if I make it down to 2 mana cost, get my top 7 cards, put 2 into my hand, and then the next turn say I bang, flash in Torrential Gearhulk at the end of the end step, or main phase 2, and then I do another Dig Through Time. So I'm almost guaranteed to get one of my big finishers. So what we have is 3 Dig Through Times in the deck, 2 Torrential Gearhulks, 1 Ugin, 2 Emrakuls, 1 Sorin, 2 Ballistas, 2 Kalitases, 4 Yahenni's Expertise. Give me 1 second, I'll get all the copies out here. Okay, so let's take a look around. We have 2 copies of Grasp of Darkness, 3 copies of Dig Through Time, 2 copies of Crux of Fate, 2 copies of Walking Ballista, 3 copies of Anticipate, 4 copies of Fatal Push, 2 Languishes, 2 Emrakuls, 2 Transgressive Mind, 2 Torrential Gearhulks, 2 Kalitases, 1 Sorin, 1 Ugin, 1 Fumigate, 2 Declaration in Stone, 2 Authority of the Consuls, and 4 Yahenni's Expertise. So what the point of this is, so our opening hand we want about maybe 3 or 4 lands, and then maybe an Authority of the Councils, a Fatal Push, and Anticipate, and maybe even a Dig Through Time. Okay, so now let's talk about the land base. So we have 24 lands, 2 of those are fetches, one of those is a pain land, and then we have 1 fast land, and then we have 2 Sunken Hollows, a Prairie Stream, 2 Shambling Vents, 4 Choked Estuaries, 5 basic swamps, 4 basic plains, and 2 islands. So the reasoning behind all this is the fetches are great for Emrakul and Dig Through Time. So the land typing being giving us 1 cheaper off of Emrakul to bring them out faster. And also if we have both of them in there, or even, I don't know, just some way, somehow have a bunch of lands, we can just exile all those and pay the delve cost for Dig Through Time. With Sunken Hollows, that's usually what we get whenever we fetch these. Use those to fetch, because black's more important than any other color in this deck. We need to kill everything that even comes close to touching the ground or touching the board. I'll let ETB triggers happen as long as it's nothing super crazy, but the chances of them living after, it's crazy. So I had a match against an Archangel Avacyn, which it's a great card. They had it flipped and everything, and gave it 3 +1/+1 counters, and then I used, I think it's a 6/5. So I used a double Languish and killed it, and then after that the game just turned all around. played an Emrakul, used Ugin's ultimate, and everything like that. Because the meta for Frontier, it's really weird and really different right now. But the hardest deck for me before I made this, was Atarka Red. I haven't tried this in a tournament yet, but I believe this deck will be able to beat Atarka Red. Atarka Red is a really fast-paced deck that uses a bunch of 1-drops and 2-drop creatures with things like Prowess, and then, what's the one card? Something Denizen. But every time a creature enters the battlefield, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn, so it can just get really huge and smack you in the face for anything. But that's what the thing Fatal pushes for, because it's still a 1-drop and I can just kill it really easily. Alright, so what I'm about to do is take a break and get the sideboard ready for you guys. Okay, so what we got here is 4 Fragmentize, 2 Dragonlord Silumgar, 2 Ruinous Path, 2 Reflector Mage, 1 Stasis Snare, 2 Walking Ballistas, and 2 Smuggler's Copters. So why we have this is because, 1, Ruinous Path is for other target Planeswalkers, because we have a hard time dealing with Planeswalkers since we don't have that many creatures. Fragmentize is for things like Stasis Snare for us, so say they Stasis Snare our Emrakul, destroy that. Or, you know, at our local game store, at our tournaments, there's usually people running the Ensoul Artifact, which this will completely and utterly body, because those artifacts are enchantments. So you could use this on, like, well, the one guy at the tournaments, he will give the Ensoul Artifact to a Heart of Kiran to make it have flying and vigilance. So what you're going to do is, you know, just fragmentize that, you know, because with this deck you can take some damage. It's really fine. It's not really that too big of a deal. But honestly, the deck, it's really fun. The Dragonlord Silumgars are for things that are really a pain in the ass to deal with, because honestly there hasn't been a lot of kill spells other than this deck that I've seen in Frontier, and there's been we've had a few tournaments, really fun. Stasis Snare is for, you know, anything that I can't ruin his path, or I don't know, just something that I just need to get off the battlefield, anything. So then Reflector Mage, if there's a time when there's something that has an ability that's really about to just kind of fuck me over and destroy me, Reflector Mage just bounces it. Smuggler's Copter is really to help me loot through and get the cards that I need, and I just really want to show you guys these foily zombies. Well, that's really the deck. Really, it's my opponent plays anything, it dies, and then come turn 8, turn 9, dropping Emrakuls, Ugins, Sorens, a bunch of other big things. I was thinking about playing one of Ulamog and adding more Emrakuls in. Honestly, what I really could do is take the Dig Through Times out and the Torrential Gearhulk, so I don't really, that's 5 more spaces. I can throw in a bunch of other bigger things, but Dig Through Time is just such a help. But if they do end up banning Dig Through Time, then I know where I'm going to go with this deck. And if you guys, make sure you guys, if you enjoyed the video, smack the like button, write a comment, tell me anything that you want to see, because I have a standard deck ready to do a little deck thing like this, but it won't be in such poopy conditions. It'll probably be at the card shop. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Peace.